In the modern era of gaming, it is almost impossible to escape the inevitable trolling that occurs whenever you play an online multiplayer game. Whether it's playing Rocket League and getting bombarded by a spew of "what a save" anytime you make just the smallest mistake, getting team killed by your companions in Rainbow Six Siege because you picked the character they wanted to use, or when your teammates even openly tell the other team in Overwatch that their support was better than yours by saying support diff. It's enough to push gamers like myself into being avowed single-player gamers. In this way, we're able to escape the mockery and the cruel trolling of other players and just play on easy difficulty and just enjoy the video gaming experience. We can play games regardless of the opinions of other people, and we don't even have to be good at them. We can just continue to play whatever games we enjoy without any sort of fear of mockery. Except if you're a solo gamer, you know also that that is unfortunately not true. Something that we've all learned is that video game developers love to troll single-player gamers just as much as multiplayer gamers love to troll each other. Welcome back to Gaming Your Own Way, guys. My name is Chad, and today we are here to talk about 7 times that video game developers decided to troll the poor, innocent single-player gamer. And now you, the viewer, are presented with an option. You could hop into the comment section and troll me, or you could hit the like button and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notifications for new videos like this, or you could in fact do both. You could also hop into the comment section and say something super wholesome, or share a time that you've been trolled by a multiplayer game or a video game. At the end of the day, we're all just here to share our experiences about video games, right? But now with that self-promotion out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about 7 times that video game developers trolled the single-player game. Now for entry number 1, I want to take us back to 2018, and in particular E3 of 2018, and in particular Bethesda's showcase at E3 of 2018. Now if you were following gaming news in 2018, you would know that that was the year that Fallout 76 came out. Now we're not here to talk about Fallout 76 success, or rather lack thereof, but rather we're here to talk about Todd Howard's presentation at E3 2018. This is potentially the most memorable showcase I've ever watched in my life, because instead of opening with what was going to be the new Fallout game, he opened with what they were doing next with Skyrim.
I think it's to see where we're putting Skyrim next.
Alexa, play Skyrim.
You're level 57 and see a tall snowy mountain.
Climb it.
Now, was this Bethesda trolling the innocent gamer? Was this them trolling themselves because they were just releasing Skyrim onto yet another platform, albeit a really strange one? It doesn't really matter to me. It was the greatest troll potentially that I've ever seen. It was a very lighthearted one. It was hilarious. And if you weren't aware of this and didn't know, one, you need to watch the entire clip, which I'm not going to show in this video, but also you should know that Skyrim Very Special Edition actually does exist, and you can install the skill on your Amazon Echo and play Skyrim with your Amazon Echo. Is it fun? I mean, that's something for you to decide. But this is easily one of my favorite video gaming trolls of all time. May not be what was the intent behind the video, but this was the entry that at least sparked the entire idea of the video. I love it, and it had to earn a place in this list. So bravo, Todd Howard. That was a well done troll. Now for entry number 2, we're going to actually go inside a video game, and we're going to be talking about Mass Effect 2. Now from the onset of Mass Effect 2, I think one thing is abundantly clear, and that is that BioWare was ready to take advantage or make fun of the average horny gamer. I mean, we have Miranda. Like, is there more that needs to be said? There's a reason that Miranda walks around in a skin-tight bodysuit, and the camera naturally just focuses in on, well, we don't need to explicitly say anything more, right? And so given the amount of sexual tension that BioWare has put into Mass Effect 2, it only makes sense that they would have to put in a place where they're going to take advantage of your lustful eyes as a gamer. Enter Morinth, a powerful Asari, an Ardat Yakshi, and your local neighborhood succubus who has eyes for Commander Shepard. Now here's the thing, is this really a troll? Because the developers tell you very clearly that whenever Morinth tries to seduce you, she's going to murder your face whenever she, tries to do the deed. Samara tells you this, and Morinth herself is kind of open about it, but she thinks, maybe Commander Shepard probably won't die. So really, maybe this is an example of where gamers are just trolling themselves, because we know that every gamer that's played Mass Effect 2 had to give it a try. They had to hop into bed with Morinth just to see what would happen. And yeah, kind of as expected, Commander Shepard dies in a rather not super fun way. Eyes become super black and beady and gone and burn out of his eyes, and it's not a great experience for him, I'm sure. Or maybe it was a phenomenal experience leading up to a very instantaneous, not super great experience. In either case, if you did get punked by this by BioWare, they did kind of warn warn you, right? In any case, it was a fun little game over, and it was a fun little trick that they decided to play on us, if you want to call it that. For entry number 3, we have a From Software game, and the game we're going to talk about is, well, you know what? We're going to talk about all of them from Software. Yeah, I'm looking at you because we know that you are just looking to pick on the innocent casual gamer, you know, the ones that you don't think are good enough to play your games. That's why it seems that every time we turn around a corner, there is a nasty enemy ready to jump out and murder our faces because we're just not good enough, and we're not good enough for your game, are we? You've also taken the likes of putting treasure chests, things that every gamer loves and looks forward to, and then you've turned them into monsters too that will decide to destroy us. You even throw in, I mean, I think they're killable bosses. I wouldn't know if they're unkillable because I've never killed one, but bosses that literally have no other purpose than to kill you at the very beginning of a game. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Bloodborne and Elden Ring. Sorry that I couldn't iron this down to one game, but really, From Software, everyone's looking at you. We know that if there is a developer that loves to troll their players, it's gotta be From Software. And you enable the players to troll each other as well from all of your little in-game messages and stuff. We see you, we know that you love to do it. It's kind of funny, but also like you're a jerk too. Now for entry number 4, we have Hollow Knight, and we all know that in Hollow Knight, losing one's Geo is a terrible thing, and you're so much more likely to lose it if you're carrying it around by yourself and you happen to die. So isn't it great that we have the benevolent Millibel the Banker in Hollow Knight who is willing for a modest fee to house all of our Geo for us to keep it safe. Of course, strangely enough, she doesn't use a vault to keep our Geo safe, she keeps it safe in her shell, which I suppose, you know, if the shell is thick, it's probably safe there, right? And if you've played Hollow Knight, you know where this is going, and that Millibel the Banker isn't actually a banker by any means, but her real name is Millibel the Thief. Yes, the developers of Hollow Knight trick the average player into giving all of their Geo to this nice little old lady that just looks like they're going to take care of everything for you. But as soon as you decide to give them 25, 50 Geo and then go rest somewhere or use the quick travel system, then the player will be shocked to learn that whenever they go back to visit Millibel again, she's not there. And upon hitting her stand a couple of times with their weapon, it is revealed that it is a 2D cutout, not an actual building, and there is no bank. In fact, Millibel was trolling you all along, and she has taken your money and run away. Now, there is good news for the casual player, and that is that Millibel is still in the game and can be found in the game. And when you find her in the game and it is revealed that her name is Millibel the Thief, you are free to exact revenge on her by beating the Geo out of her. But here's the thing, you don't get to just beat the Geo out of her, you get to beat whatever Geo you deposited with her times 1.5. So it's almost like the developers are saying, yeah, we trolled you, but here's your payment for getting trolled is we're gonna give you even more Geo. You know, assuming you're okay with beating up a little old lady. Millibel the Banker, though, is a classic example of where a developer has trolled a video game player, and it's a great example that had to go on this list. For entry number 5, we are moving over into the world of Star Wars. Now we know that in Star Wars, holocrons and Jedi and Sith holocrons are a huge part, and they are very valuable. They contain vast amounts of knowledge from the Jedi and the Sith. Now I know what you're thinking. We're talking about video game trolls, so I know that you're thinking about on Dantooine whenever Raylan, you know, tricks us into buying a fake Jedi holocron and then does not accept any refunds. And that is a phenomenal trolly move, and it does merit a place on this list, but I can do you one even better. Let's just say that that was the first troll that really whetted our appetite for some sort of a Jedi or Sith holocron, and it made us really kind of want one, right? Now with that, let's fly over to Korriban, and we find that there is a sealed room inside the Sith Academy, and if you've played KOTOR 1, you know this is actually Master Uthar's old room. Now in the Sith Academy, you will find a set of thorium charges which you can use to open up the room. If you did this, and you are probably, and I would say 95% of players, you will find a Sith holocron inside that has been destroyed. Now we've been trolled in so many different ways here, because to the naked eye, it would appear that the use of the thorium charges has destroyed the holocron, and therefore all of its secrets and powers are now gone. This, however, appears to not be the case, and it's actually Obsidian punishing you for ignoring dialogue throughout the game. Now, after doing about 10 minutes of research, I have not been able to 100% identify what exact conversation is aligning to whether or not the holocron is destroyed. Some people swear by the fact it's the initial conversation with that and at the very beginning on Paragus about who Darth Revan is. Some people say it has to do with the conversation with T3. Some people say it has to do with the conversation with Kreia. I'm going to be really honest though, I couldn't particularly care less, because if you do manage to get the holocron to be there and physically present, you just get a quick little dialogue message from Bastila. In my opinion, you have once again been trolled, because now you have probably Googled, spent a good amount of time Googling how to get this door open. You have tried and played the game multiple times to get that door open with the Sith holocron intact. You've done it, and you're rewarded with like a line of dialogue. No super cool power powers, no cool items. You just get like a random line of dialogue from Bastila, and that's it. Boy, that was a massive letdown, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna call that a troll move. For our penultimate entry, we're going to travel to Divinity Original Sin 1. Now, both of the Divinity Original Sin games had some nice little quirks and some little jocular pieces where they kind of poke jabs at the player. I immediately think of in Divinity Original Sin 2, whenever you're in the labyrinthine maze and you decide you want to be cheeky and cheat at it because you're going to teleport through the bars because they're visible, and then a statue just 100% calls you out on being a cheater and doesn't give you your reward. Now, that's a great example and one of my favorites, but the one I want to talk about today is in Divinity Original Sin 1, and that is going to be the Watcher statues. Now, from talking to each one of the Watcher statues, it becomes abundantly clear that they are there just, to play tricks on naive travelers that are just wandering about. But one that is my favorite and that sticks out in my mind is the green Watcher statue. It tells you that if you so request, it can give you a glimpse into the future of the game and what the future holds in store for you. Now, some people may be afraid to pick this option because they don't want in-game spoilers, which is completely understandable. But fear not, you can talk to this guy and you can listen to him because he's not going to spoil the game for you. He is going to give you the one thing in your future that you know is inevitably coming, and yeah, that's gonna be the end credits. That is the future. That is the knowledge that he gives you about what is coming. He lets you know up front that yeah, when you get to the end of the game, you're gonna see the credits roll. I just absolutely love that. Like, it's scary to think that you're gonna get a spoiler in the middle of a game, but it's just so well done. It's a hilarious little prank that they throw in that's really harmless, but it's really fun. I don't know what else to say about it. I love this little detail that they put into the game that they put in several places, and so I absolutely love it. So bravo, Larian Studios, for the Watcher statue. For our final entry on this list, we're going to look at Supermassive Games, and in particular, we're going to be talking about the video game Until Dawn. Now, there are a few places throughout the game that throws you like twists and some things that I would consider to be like trolly moves that the game throws at you. However, since this is a horror narrative video gaming experience, and to tell you anything about it would taint your future playthrough if you've never played it before. And I do want to encourage you to play this game, so nothing in this is going to be a spoiler for Until Dawn. Now, with that being said, the knowledge that I'm not going to spoil anything in the end game or anything in the middle of the story for Until Dawn, the one thing that Supermassive Games does to really just get the player to really troll them throughout the entire game is, well, where you're talking with the psychologist and he's trying to, diagnose you, quote unquote, and he asks you like, how do you feel about clowns? How do you feel about spiders? How do you feel about being alone? He's not trying to diagnose your character. He is in fact learning what your real life fears are so that he can inject them into the story and use them against you. Yeah, that's right. You afraid of spiders and you told him that you're afraid of spiders? Guess what? You're about to see spiders in the game. Don't love clowns? Well, guess what? Clown faces are gonna show up. Or if you pick scarecrows, you're gonna see scarecrows. This was a great idea for how to really, switch up a horror game experience and kind of tailor it to the player. But at the same time, if I'm afraid of spiders, you know what I don't want to see in the game? Spiders! It was a great video gaming mechanic and well done. It was a great, I don't know if you want to call it a trick because we probably knew this was coming whenever we started to play it. We had just picked the things that we're afraid of, but it was a great gameplay mechanic that was added to the game. Bravo, well done, Supermassive Games. But also, I guess, fair warning, if you're gonna play Until Dawn and you don't want to see things you're afraid of, pick the things that you're not afraid of. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up our video. Those are 7 times that video game developers decided to troll the single player gamer. Do you guys have any other ideas or any other times that you were trolled by a video game developer? If so, let me know down in the comments below. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notifications for new videos and live streams like this. Guys, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the video and we will see you in a later one. Thanks for coming. Have a great day.